Hello everyone and welcome to your spirit animal messages. I'm Jenny. If you're new to my channel, thank you for being here. For those of you who are not new to my channel, also thank you for continually being here. Okay, so choose one of the three animals. I'll show you them in a second. We have a deer, a raccoon, and a sea turtle. And once I show you those three images and you get to choose one, if you need to pause the video, we're just going to get right into it, starting with the deer. So here we go. Hello and welcome to everyone who chose the deer. So I was actually thinking yesterday of what, because I wanted to do something with animals or reading like with animals, and a deer came to me right away, and then followed by a raccoon, and it took a few to come up with the third image. But so if you've chosen the deer, intuitively, what I feel deer is telling you, like, okay, you know how like there's that saying like a deer caught in the headlights, whatever. It's like when you're coming up on a road and a deer's in your path, and they kind of, before they jump up, hopefully jump out of the way, they kind of look at you like in a fright. So I'm being reminded of that, and that sort of, I want to call it that sort of fight or flight response, okay, to a situation. So you may feel that like right now, whatever's going on in your life itself threw a curveball at you, and you're sort of in that fight or flight mode. You don't know whether to like stay and keep doing what you've always been doing or run off. And whether that's running off is in a new direction or whatnot really makes no difference. It's whether to kind of stay or to go. And that could be like regarding job. Like you very well could have, you know, could have been just working away, plugging away, doing what you're doing. And all of a sudden this new opportunity comes your way and you're like, I don't, is this good for me? Like, you know, it's a change. And I feel like that's what deer is saying. Like a change is coming at you. And it may have just happened for some of you anyways, but for the majority of us, a change is coming at you whether you're ready for it or not. At least that's what your ego tells you. Because if an opportunity is coming your way and like life is bringing it to you, the universe is telling you like, oh, you're ready for this. You may not feel like you're ready for it, but I know different, and you're ready for this. And that's why the opportunity has appeared, okay? So it could come in the form of a job, it could come in the form of a relationship. Someone new pops into your life, and maybe you're just so busy working and doing whatever that you're like, do I want this? Do I even have time for you? A change could just happen, okay? So I look at this as like, if you're caught in that fight or flight response mode, take a step back, okay? It's okay to take a step back and kind of evaluate your life, take inventory of what's going on. But like the universe has your back. If it wouldn't have presented itself to you if you actually weren't ready to take it, okay? So if a change is coming in for you guys, like, lean towards it, all right? Now I've got a few decks here, and of course I have my Chalice of Fortunes, and I've got some new fortunes in there. Not by me, from my family members. I don't really eat Chinese food. But so I'm going to start with a card from the Celtic Messages deck. A lot of the cards in this deck actually have animals in them. So a deer may be like a spirit animal of yours, and that's absolutely wonderful, and that could be why you were drawn to it in the first place. But aside from the Celtic Messages, I also have the Witch's Familiar deck, and that's got animals in it as well. I wanted to see if maybe other spirit animals wanted to play into your life. So, okay, so this one from the Celtic Messages deck, right? It's a circular deck. It's kind of cool. Not an animal. It's an Heir of Corn, number 29, or an 11, and we don't reduce an 11 down to a single digit. Harvest Accomplishment. So right away, this is a great freaking card, okay? So right away, like I hear like prosperity, abundance, like if that opportunity hasn't come in for you, and I do feel like it's via a new job, okay? If that hasn't come in for you, like understand like it's making its way in. This is like letting you know like you have more work coming in for you, and very well maybe work that like you've never done before, ever, but you're gonna end up liking it, and I want to say like you're gonna be a natural at it. Like it's just gonna come very easily to you. You're not gonna need a lot of training at all. Like it's just like you just know what to do. Okay. So I like this, and I'm looking at this now. I don't think these leaves are actually coming up from see, to me it looks more like a potato. It looks more like a potato. I know it says ear of corn, but it looks more like a potato to me. Right? Does it not? It totally looks like a potato that was just like, you know, cut open so you can like put it in the oven and bake it or something. It's fine. But I look at it, whether it's corn or potato. It's first planted, right? It's first planted in the ground, and it comes up to be the vegetable that it is, okay? So I feel like you've been putting in, especially the past few months, since for some of you it's only been a couple months, but I feel like the majority of you, it's been literally since like May, June really sticks out to me. So for all of summer, I feel like you've put in a lot of the work, and we're now what, like getting into, well, we're a month into autumn already, so, or just about. So I feel like it's like the seeds you had planted are coming to fruition. They're coming up to grow, okay, and to manifest. So I feel like your dreams, your desires are manifesting. They're no longer in the ground anymore, okay? They're coming up for harvest, like it says. I also feel like it's like, oh, okay, that is like a butterfly. I was just looking like right there. It's like a butterfly, kind of elongated wings. Could be a dragonfly as well. But either way, they symbolize transformation. That's kind of what you've been going through. Whatever seeds you've planted has transformed into a crop. Okay? So I like that. I kind of want to say like, pat yourself on the back. You've done a good job. Even if that new opportunity hasn't presented itself yet to you, like it's coming. It's so soon, within the next few weeks. Pat yourself on the back already, okay? The next card we have here is from the Natural Enchantments deck, and it's an autumn card. 49 or 4, the gobble. The turkey. Okay, so turkey could be another spirit animal of yours, okay? Not just a deer. So what I feel with this, I get a lot of gratitude, okay? And you know what? The energy is very similar to this one, okay? It's, you know, because at least here in America, okay, right? We have Thanksgiving coming up next month. It's actually on my birthday this year. My birthday's on Thanksgiving this year. But so generally, you know, family, friends, they get together, and the day, the meal is full of just gratitude and good times. It's sort of like its own ceremony. And that is wonderful energy. That is abundance type of energy. Being in the state of gratitude and appreciation, that is the energy of abundance and wealth and prosperity, okay? So I kind of look at this as like, versus like the gobble, I want to say like, gobble up all the good times and good memories in your life. Gobble up all the like the good friendships and conversations and laughter you have had, okay? Like don't focus on the what could have beens, okay? Or the should haves, right? The should haves, could haves, would haves. Don't focus on any of that. Focus on like the here and now. Be present, okay? In the moment, in your life, be present. But like take notice of the good things around you and literally like gobble all that up. Take it all in, cherish it, because that keeps your vibration high. It keeps you on that wavelength of abundance and prosperity, okay? And also with the number 49 here, oh, so I should mention with this, 29 or an 11, okay, 11 is a very powerful number. It's a master number. You don't reduce like 11, 22, 33, 44, you don't reduce those down to a single digit because they're a master number of their own, okay? A lot of magic with the number 11. That's my favorite number. But so this one, 49, reduces to a 4. 4 is all about like stability and security, responsibility, just like a solid foundation. And you've been building that, okay? You've been building that, all right? You've planted the seeds for that. And I feel like it's like, okay, you want to keep that, you want to keep your foundation nice and steady and strong. Well, keep your vibration, your frequency up here, okay? Even higher, go higher. But that's what I get with that. So great card. I love it. Okay, the next card we have here is from the Witch's Familiar deck. A badger. Okay, so those of you who chose deer, you've got 3 spirit animals to work with if you wish to. And of course, you can obviously, like, after this video, Google, spiritual meanings of badger, spiritual meanings of deer, of turkey. Okay, right? It'll give you a lot more. I literally could just go on and on and on and talk about them, but that'd be an extremely long video, and I don't got time for that. Not today. Badger, persecution. So what I actually get with this, it's funny, and I don't know if it's because of the time of year, I'm being reminded of like the witch trials, right? But because those women, they were persecuted for, well, being different, for that matter. Whether some of them or not were actually witches, they honestly probably weren't, to be honest. I don't think a single one of them actually probably was. It was literally just to get the land that they owned. But either way, persecution, it's a sense of like being put on trial, being seen for who you are. And then being like bullied for it, right? And there's still in this country a whole lot of that going on. We have not completely learned at all anything from the past yet, okay? Someday we will. I'm very hopeful for that. But I kind of look at this as like, be yourself anyways, okay? We're not going to have another witch hunt, okay? We're not going to burn people at the stake or anything like that. But be yourself anyways, because I feel like the qualities that you have, the characteristics that you embody are actually needed, okay? Not always just for you, but there's others who need like your skill set, okay? You offer something different than another person, all right? So, and I feel like, you know what, just ignore, don't pay attention to the naysayers. Whether it's, you're posting stuff online and you're getting negative feedback. Well, guess what? You know what you can do? You can delete those comments. You don't even have to like give them a thought. You really don't. Like, especially if it's like on your page or your channel or whatever, you legit can just delete those comments. Like, you don't need that negative energy in your life. So I feel like find a way to continue just being yourself while blocking, like I said, the naysayers, all right? Because your skills, who you are, is very important, not just for you, but for others who are in need of you, okay? And in a good way, in need of you in a good way. This is like a card that kind of tells you, like, it's okay to face your fears. Okay, because you'll actually learn and grow from it much faster than those who don't face their fears, for that matter. And to me, it's like when you can remove your fears, you end up just naturally rising to that abundance frequency, okay? I love it. Okay, another card we have here is from the Fairy Forest deck. Earlier I actually posted a card. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, I've been posting a card a day from the Natural Enchantments Oracle, and today's card was the mushrooms, and talked about fairies and the fairy ring, and don't step in a fairy ring, but that like magic is afoot and around you. And it kind of just stayed in the back of my mind. So I was like, all right, I got to use one of my fairy decks for this reading. So the Fairy Forest deck. We have here 41 or a 5. Awen, if I'm even pronouncing her name right. Gift, divine inspiration, awakening. That is what sticks out to me, is awakening. Also the number 41 reduces to a 5. 5s are all about change. Whether good or bad, it's just all about change. And remember when I said in the beginning, talking about the deer and how like a new opportunity was coming in for you, that's change. A new opportunity of any kind is change. And it's meant to come in to change your life, to help move you forward. So I kind of look at this, like this is sort of like a confirmation saying like, yeah, change is happening for you, like jump on board. And also with the make sure I'm pointing in the right direction because I'm looking at it backwards. So awakening, it's like when you can hop on board that change train, it helps you to grow. It really does. It will take you out of your comfort zone. Comfort zone is really nice, guys, okay? It's a great place to be, except nothing ever grows there, okay? Everything is just, it stays the same. And it stays stagnant, and that's not that healthy. Okay, so it's okay to face a little fear. Expand if you need to. You know what? Expand your comfort zone. Try something new. Add it into your comfort zone so your comfort zone naturally expands. All right, because then maybe if you like that something new. Okay, that's cool. You can do it for a while. That becomes like a new comfort zone. And that's not really a bad thing because you at least introduce something new. All right. So I look at this as like the new opportunities coming in for you. It's meant to help you grow. Okay. And it's going to offer you a lot more. The first word here is gift. It's going to offer you a lot more blessings than you can even see. Okay. If it's a job opportunity, fine. And it comes with more money. Okay. Beautiful. That's a gift you can see. Excuse me. Absolutely. But something else might come from that. Maybe you end up just meeting someone so influential and so important in your life. They could just be important to you in other ways, not just for work, okay? Like to me, I feel like whatever this opportunity is coming in for you, there are greater blessings behind it that you are not meant to see right now, okay? But it's definitely to help you grow. So I love it. I love this. Like I said, get on board with that change train, okay? Okay, so you know what? I need to take a sip of my tea. Excuse me. Okay. I'm not home alone, so if you hear noise in the background, try to ignore it. Okay, so I'm gonna try to ignore it. Pull from. I'm going to hope this is one I haven't used before. If it's one I've used before, I'm going to put it back. Okay, this is not one I've used before. Watch out for little problems that could get a lot bigger. So that's actually very true. To me, it's kind of like if there's something that you're not giving your attention to, maybe because you think, oh, like it's fine, whatever, you know, it could be like a health issue or, you know, and you thinking like, oh, it's nothing, when in fact there literally could be something growing. Then you'll find out later on, it's like, oh, you're like, shit, should have done something about that months ago. So there's that one aspect. Yes, is kind of looking at like, okay, well, are you actually dealing with something right now? Because if you are, then maybe you do need to like pay attention to it and kind of see what resources are around you that you can remedy it, okay? But I also look at this as saying like, don't create. So this is the flip side of the coin, okay? Don't make something bigger than what it is. Don't blow something out of proportion. And there's that fine line. Like I said, that's the flip side of the coin right there. So it's like there's that fine line. How do you know something is worth looking into, whereas this other thing is not, and you're kind of like, okay, like I don't I'm not going to make a mountain out of a molehill, right? Fine line. Listen to your intuition on that one, okay? Your intuition, your spidey senses, your higher self will literally tell you, will like urge you to either go and look further into something or be like, let it go. Like, let it go. This is not serving you, okay? Otherwise, you're going to create a bigger problem than what needs to be. So check in with yourself. But yeah, watch out for little problems that could get a lot bigger. Key word there, I feel like, is watch. That first word, watch. Tap into your own little clairvoyance and see, okay? Try to see, like, oh, is this actually worth looking into? You know, doing whatever? Or is this worth, like, letting go? Numbers on the back: 33, 41, 12, 45, 17, 28. Okay? So thank you, those of you who chose Dear. Thank you for being here. I totally appreciate it. Please give this video a like, comment, share with others, subscribe to my channel. That'd be super. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, hello, hello to those of you who've chosen the raccoon. So, raccoons, I'm laughing because I find myself hilarious. No, that was me being a little quirky right there. I'm laughing because I am reminded of the movie Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a Marvel movie. For those of you who've seen it, you know exactly what I'm about to refer to. For those of you who haven't, there's a character called Rocket on there, and he's a raccoon, but he's nicknamed Trash Panda. And I'm laughing at that because that is just a great nickname. Like, let's be serious. But so I kind of look at that, and it's true. You can find raccoons like digging through the trash. They're scavengers, right? They will look through people's trash. They will go into people's yards. Usually freaks people out. Raccoons are actually not really to be feared, to be quite honest. I know a lot of people think like they're full of rabies and stuff like that. Honestly, like this was like several months ago. I looked up the like percentage of that, the statistic on that, and I think only like 1 to 2% of raccoons actually have rabies. Like, it's a super, super, super small amount. Generally, a raccoon you come across, whether it's in your yard or in the driveway because you took the trash out, or, you know, in the forest, whatever, like they're actually fine. And they're generally really scared of us. Okay, so raccoons can show you also a little bit of fear, can show you a little bit of what you fear, what you need to work on. Given though that they're scavengers, and I've only ever seen a raccoon like by itself. I've never actually seen it with like another raccoon or like with its family or anything like that. I've never actually seen it in a bunch. Okay, so maybe you have. I've never have, like, my entire life. So I kind of look at that as like they like to sort of work alone. They can absolutely come out at night, or at least in the very, very early morning hours, where most people don't see them. And I kind of look at that as, like, I see the word like solitary in my mind, and being able to do things without announcing it to the rest of the world, basically. And I feel like you may need to, like, if you have an idea, whether it's a creative idea or whatnot, but if you have like an idea or a project or something you want to do right now, like, I feel like the raccoon is saying, like, it's okay to not share it with others, to not tell anyone else, okay? Like, kind of keep it to yourself for a while. And when you feel it's time to like come out, or if someone comes to you like, what have you been doing the past 6 months? You know, I haven't talked to you in so long. What have you been doing? Okay, well then maybe it's time for you to share it then. But I kind of get this sense of like working on something by yourself, solitary, and it's not because like oh, you're afraid to ask for help. I mean, you could be afraid to ask for help, but that's not the reason I'm getting behind it. To me, it's almost like it's because it's sacred. That's actually what I feel. It's like whatever you're working on, make it sacred to you and allow yourself just to, I don't know, like dive into it by yourself without distractions or interruptions or anything like that. It's going to feed your soul. And by the time you do like speak about it and kind of show it to the world, like it's going to be like a masterpiece. And it's because you weren't like distracted. You weren't picking up on other people's like unwanted opinions or like, no, you shouldn't do that. Or why don't you go do this? No. To me, there is just this sense of like working on something by yourself, for yourself. And then when you want to share it to the world, like it will be beautiful when you do. Okay. So that's actually what I really get with that. And also like Raccoon has like the dark, right, like around its eyes. And I'm not going to say, oh, you have dark circles or bags around your eyes. No, that's like not it. To me, it's like, I look at that as kind of like an ability to see in the dark, an ability to see things that others do not see, an ability to look within to the deepest part of yourselves and do that necessary shadow healing work, okay? I mean, healing itself is messy, but it's always necessary, and it literally is like never ending. There's always something to be worked on, right? But oftentimes what needs to be worked on is like deeply rooted inside, and spending time alone in solitude can really help you to look within and see what needs to be worked on. And like I said, also see things that just others can't see. It's a different perspective. All right. So raccoons is a long message for raccoons, but you have the ability to see and do things by just being by yourself and looking within. Okay. So a lot of power there with a raccoon. They're not just a trash panda. Okay. One of the cards I have is from the Celtic Messages deck. 42 or a 6, the stag. Swiftness, elusiveness, escape. So, well, I was going to say, if you couldn't decide between the deer or the raccoon and you chose the raccoon, well, here you go. Here's a stag. It's in the family. So they could be another spirit animal of yours. Maybe you do need to listen to some messages from the deer. But so elusiveness, escape. That kind of speaks of what did I say about just being by yourself and not surrounding yourself with others. And that's a good thing. I mean, and there definitely is a time and place for that. Absolutely. Excuse me. I need to take a sip. Okay. I was feeling it a little in my throat. So, there's a time and place, absolutely, to be by yourself, so you're not distracted and whatnot. But the word escape, I look at that as, well, okay, this is what I said for the deer messages. Deer caught in headlights, they're like, they have that fight or flight response, right? You kind of get like stuck and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go run off. Or do I just stay and be frozen, right? In like terror. Escape is all about running off. Which is fine, because depending on the situation that you're in, you may need to like stand your ground and like stay right there, absolutely. Or you may need to just leave the situation because you're like, fuck, this is toxic, like I gotta go. But I also look at this word escape as like, be sure you're not, how do I want to say this? Be sure you're not turning away from doing some deep emotional work, okay? Like, if something keeps coming up, or if like a pattern in your life keeps showing up, it could be with love. Maybe you have like this pattern of just being with guys who you feel always need to be, like they're a project, okay? And maybe that's you wanting to fix people. Well, there's some deep emotional stuff you gotta look within, okay? You gotta look into to help move you past that, because no, that's not healthy. If you feel the need to always fix people, you've got some trust and control issues that needs to be worked on, but you also got to figure out why you have that, why you can't accept people for who they are, and if they're not who you want them to be, then maybe you got to find someone new. right? So there's some stuff you got to work on. I feel like this is what the escape is talking about, is like, are you going to keep pushing that away? Are you going to keep pushing that down and not do the necessary healing work so that you keep coming into the same type of people and the same patterns when like you're miserable? Got to get out of your own way. Okay, so try not to escape from doing like some of the dirty work. Because when you can do the dirty work, blessings come in, truly. The bit of a direct message right there. Probably only going to apply for some of you, not all of you. The next card we have here is from the Natural Enchantments Oracle deck, a summer card, 33 or 6 Union. Yeah, so what was I just talking about though regarding love, okay? Like if you've been finding that you are always coming into like the same type of people, you have to look at why you're attracted to those type of people, okay? And you're gonna have to change something within yourself. If you know you deserve better, well, if you've been told, and if you're conscious a little bit that, okay, I deserve better, but you're still finding that you're still attracted to what you've always known, you gotta look within and look into your worthiness, okay? Maybe you've got some deservingness, stuff to look into, to release and let go of, okay? I do feel for some of you though, this card is saying like you're coming into new love. And to me, this is like wonderful, wonderful new love. And actually, I'm really drawn towards the word swiftness right here. If you can't really see it. Swiftness in this card right here. That this new love is coming in fast. It's coming in swift. I feel like you're going to be busy doing something else. Like you're just going to be busy with like work or whatever. And it's not that you don't have time for it, because you will. You'll have time for it and you'll absolutely make time for it. But it's kind of like, oh, I don't know if I was ready for that. But you were. Otherwise, it wouldn't have come in for you. But so I got some good energy with this. Very transformative. Dragonflies, these are dragonflies. I was able to catch dragonflies mating. I took this photo. Dragonflies and butterflies signal transformation. So yes, very well, going through a transformation right now. And that's why you're coming into this wonderful new love. Wonderful new love. But also, this new love is very transformative for your life anyways. Like it is. It's just going to change things in your life. But it's supposed to. And it's just going to be beautiful. Okay? The next card we have is from the Witch's Familiar deck. Wren. Awareness. Little bird energy. And birds are messengers. Ooh, itchy nose. Birds are messengers. So I do feel, now typically, when you see like a cardinal, typically those are messages from people, loved ones who have died, okay? And absolutely, but I feel like in general, birds anyways, whether it's from an ancestor or an angel, a god, a Gaia, spirit, universe, whomever, they're messengers, okay? They provide positive messages to you. With this awareness here, I get the sense that like your spidey senses, your psychic sense, okay? And whether it's your clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, claircognizant, all the clairs, there's more clairs than just those four. I feel like your senses, though, your psychic senses are increasing, they're being heightened right now, okay? And you are becoming aware of, well, things that other people can't see. And you're also becoming aware of just things that will be coming into your life. You may not know like the exact shape or form of how they're coming in, right? But you just know like a new job is coming in. You don't know what the job is or what it's going to entail, but you just know a new job is coming in. Or you know love is right around the corner. You have no idea who the person is, but you just know love is right around the corner. Or like, no, I'm going to be moving soon. I can just feel it. I just know it. But you don't know where, you don't know what, if it's like a house or an apartment, whatever. So the details themselves you may not be aware of, but you have the awareness of something that is like potentially life-changing coming in for you. Like I am aware, like right now, of all those things. Like for me, I know love is coming in for me. I'm going to be 39. I'm going to be turning 39 next month. My birthday is on Thanksgiving this year. And for years, I'm like, no, I'm excited to be 39. I don't, for years I'm like, I don't know why. Like I don't know. I think it's going to have to do with love. So for me, like I'm not sure exactly when, when I'm 39 that it's going to happen. But for me, I know like love is coming in for me. So I just do. I don't know who the person is. I mean, I know who I'd like it to be because he's just a beautiful man on this planet. But like, I don't know who this person is. I don't know their name. I don't know what they do. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know the details, but like, I know it's coming in for me. I know like a new job is also making its way towards me. At least temporarily anyways. So to me, it's, you just know certain things are happening, are coming, and that's great. Just let go of the details. Don't worry about the details. Like, cause if it's coming for you, it's meant for you and you're gonna enjoy it. The next card we have here is from the Fairy Forest deck, 29 or an 11. And that's a powerful number, master number. You don't reduce that down. Before the gathering, celebration, anticipation, event. So what was I just saying with the awareness card? Having the awareness, knowing that like something is coming, right? Something is coming in for you. You know it. You're aware of it. You just don't know the who, what, where, when, why, right? All those. You don't know all the details. But that's the anticipation. Like you could feel it. And then the event. Right? There's always anticipation right before the event happens, right? So this is like saying like, yes, like you are correct. You are correct in knowing this. You are correct in feeling this. Like what you sense is coming in for you. That event, whatever it is coming in for you. And I do feel for some of you though, the word event anyway, or even celebration. Celebration is also like an event. Like you could be going to like, a wedding, you could be going to a baby shower, you could be going to a bridal shower, you could be going, like next month I'm going to be at the Natural Living Expo in Marlborough. So it could be like a health and wellness expo. That's an event. Also a celebration of just like-minded individuals. So don't be surprised if something from a celebration or an event happens, whether it's a work opportunity, whether you make a new friend, literally a friend, or you meet the love of your life. Like, so to me, it's very possible that the change happens right around, in and around an actual event of some type. Okay, so just be open to that. Ooh, that's exciting. All right, I'm gonna pull a fortune from my chalice here. I want to pull one that I haven't used. This I think is one that my mom gave me last night. You are a person of culture. Cultivate it. And that's kind of true though. I look at this as like, just be who you are. Like just be authentic and genuine and true to you. Just be who you are. Okay, you are you for a reason. It is your life. You're not meant to be someone else, okay? And by just being you, you're going to end up showing others, influencing others that they can just be themselves, okay? So I like that. So whatever culture you are in, like to me, it's just like just be you. Just be you. If you find like I know I belong to a lot of groups on like Facebook that like, well, they're all like, like spiritual groups. One of them though, there's a whole thing of like Vikings or whatever, and people doing like the ancestry DNA and 23andMe and finding out people are, they're a Viking, they have ancestors that were like Vikings and stuff like that. Like I think, oh, that's cool. Well, maybe that's something that maybe that's a culture you literally like jive with. Okay, so freaking learn about it, start dressing up like it, listen to the music, like whatever. To me, it's just be really the parts of you that bring you joy, okay? Like, there's no reason you literally can't, okay? So I love that. I love that because, like I said, not only does it keep you also in just high spirits and it keeps you like on that nice abundance, prosperity wavelength, it shows others that they too can just be themselves. The numbers on the back: 32, 55, 17, 15, 11, 40. And we had number 11, didn't we? Yeah, 29 reducing to an 11. And I just looked at the time on the timer on my, it's not the time right now, but it's on the camera and it just said 1911. So there you go. 11's a powerful, powerful number. It's my lucky number. I absolutely love it. You may see like 1111 on like a clock or something like that. Like, magic is around you. Okay. It's a very powerful number. So yay. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed these messages. You know, if you need to, look up, Google a raccoon, Google a stag, Google a wren, Google even dragonflies. Okay. To see just what other qualities and characteristics, symbolism they have. I mean, there's so many. It's, the animals animals and insects don't just mean like one thing, but, for the sake of like the length of this video, I'm only talking about what I'm receiving, what I'm getting. I'm not going to go into a whole research, thing about this. So you may need to Google to see what else, may stick out for you, but thank you guys for being here. I totally appreciate it. Please share this video, comment, like it, subscribe to my channel. I would love it. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye. Hey, those of you who chose the sea turtle, thank you and welcome for being here. So, got a few cards out. A couple of the decks that I've used actually have other animals in the decks, and that's why I wanted to use them in case, not just the sea turtle, in case other animals wanted to come out and you can try to connect to, okay? But so a little thing with the sea turtle. So it took me a minute to kind of decide what I wanted as the third animal for this video. The deer and the raccoon came to me very quickly. But I had to think about what I wanted for this third one, and I was like, well, okay, those are like land animals. I could do another land animal. Then I actually looked on my arm, and I don't know if you can see it. So I have a sea turtle right here there's a hibiscus flower on it. Okay, this was one of my first tattoos. I got back in 2012. I want to say it was 2012. And it's because like I love Hawaii so much. There's so many sea turtles there. So many turtles. Can't touch them. Okay, you can't touch them. But there's so many there, and I loved it. So I thought I would choose that. A sea turtle, regular turtle, very similar in meanings. Taking your time. Okay, turtles generally, they move slowly. They take their time. There's always that analogy with the race between the turtle and the hare, right? And the hare, the rabbit, gets to the finish line so much faster or whatever. The thing about turtles taking their time is, especially if you feel like you're in a race, I want to say they enjoy the journey. Okay? Oftentimes, it's not as important to reach the destination as it is to enjoy the journey, to really experience the journey. The journey is where just all the lessons and stuff is. Like it is. It's usually not in the final, the attainment, the goal. It's usually like not that. It's usually not in the destination. It's in the journey to get there. Okay, so that the journey is usually the most important. And oftentimes when we move too fast, we end up like forgetting something else, or like we bypass something, we don't really see something, like because we're not paying attention. Like things can elude us, okay, when we're moving too quickly. And a turtle teaches you to like take your time. Also, being that it's a sea turtle, right, they go in and out of the water. Usually they're in the water for a very long time. They can also go with the flow. They can go with the current. And oftentimes they allow the current to take them wherever they need to be. So it's it's good a lot of the times to allow life to happen, okay? And to allow life to give you, to send you new opportunities and just things coming in for you. Now, for Deer and Raccoon, I've spoken about new opportunities like left and right. So I think collectively, like we are all just in this energy of we're about to receive new experiences, whether it's for work, love, living situation, what have you, just new experiences, new opportunities for things coming in. Okay, we're kind of at that moment right now. So I'm kind of not surprised it just keeps coming up in the cards. But the sea turtle tells you, like, okay, like, look at what comes, take what comes, okay, accept it, acknowledge it, accept it, and then really decide if it's for you. But like, take your time with it. Don't rush with making a decision. I'm hearing you have all the time in the world. You don't need to rush when making a decision. Okay, so just something to consider. But like, go with the flow a little bit. Take your time. You'll find like you'll be able to, by taking your time, you'll be able to really decide if something is right for you or not. Okay, if something is in your highest and best interest or not. Okay, so one of the cards I have here is from the Celtic Messages deck, a 48, or that reduces down to a 3. The Crow, a new start. What did I just say? Clearing the ground. Okay. Now, crows are messengers. For those who had chosen Raccoon, they had one called, from a different deck, they had one called the Wren, which is another bird, okay? Speaking of awareness. But so, you may need to, to look back into the video if you need to look into that and listen to the messages. But so, crows, crows, birds in general, are messengers. I just sort of like yawned and kind of burped at the same time, kind of weird, as we're all watering now. Crows give messages, whether they're from deceased loved ones, whether they're from Spirit, Gaia, any gods or goddesses that you work with. Crows also do, though, they speaking of that, they are usually symbolized with the Morrigan. Okay, so if you're thinking of working with a deity or a goddess like that, you can look into the Morrigan. But crows are also quite intelligent creatures. They recognize faces, and if you're really nice to them, like, they will actually leave you gifts. They could leave you like rocks or coins or whatever they find. They'll leave you gifts, absolutely, like on your doorstep or whatnot. If you're crappy to them, though, good luck, because they will have no problem telling their friends, like, go ahead, target her. Crows are actually quite intelligent creatures. But this says a new start. And what did I just say about talking about the sea turtle and new opportunities coming in for you, right? So I feel like, and collectively, we're sort of just we're just in that energy right now. I think a lot of us want change anyways. Like, we want just something new to happen, especially after the past year and a half. Like, we just want to move forward, okay? And I feel like a lot of us are getting that chance right now to move forward. And this is telling you, like, a new start, a new beginning is here for you, okay? Clearing the ground. So I also look at that. Excuse me, I need to take a sip of my tea, which is getting a little cold. I also look at that as you letting go, you clearing out and releasing what no longer serves you, okay? And in doing so, you allow the new to come in. You make that emotional, mental space for the new to come in. Also, though, you may find that, like, in your living space, you may need to clear, you may need to declutter, right? But that also, and it ties into Feng Shui. Feng Shui is all about, like, the placement of things in the space, using specific directions and colors and metals and whatnot, like, elements, whatnot. But it's to shift the energy of your actual living space into a positive one. But if there's a lot of clutter and a lot of things that you don't use, that you really could just throw away or donate or whatnot, that take up space, you're not allowing new energy to come in. You're staying like stuck in whatever energy you're currently in, okay? So you may need to actually physically declutter and clear your space around you, but on an emotional, mental level, do the same, because then it allows you to be open, aware and open to something new coming in, okay? And you won't be so like guarded, or you won't want to like push it back or what have you. You'll be open, you'll be receptive to it. So consider that. If you want a change in your life, first release what is no longer working for you. And it very well could, like, you very well could just go through your closet and like take out clothes that you literally haven't worn in over a year and you know you're not going to. Well, then go and donate that stuff, okay? Like, there are others who could actually use it. But that literally, and depending on the direction of where your closet is, that can also tell you, like, okay, you're making space in, we'll say, like my closet, I'm looking at it, it's on the other side of this camera. So this is in like more of the western direction, northwest direction. So, and you can Google kind of what each of the directions mean or whatnot. So it's like, if you clear some of that out, you're making room for that type of energy to come in. All right, the next card we have here is from the Natural Enchantments deck. An autumn card, 50 or 5, the twist. Yeah, so if you've been feeling like anxious or just bound or just restricted or just kind of like not sure what you want to do or where you want to go, or you're not even sure of like the type of change that you want to make happen, clear your space. I mean it, clear your space. It will give you the room to think. Truly clear your physical space, okay? Get rid of a few things. And because it allows room for like your mind to relax, and allows clarity to actually come in so that you can figure out the direction you want to go in. That's what I get with this, because you're going to be moving in a new direction. 50 or 5, 5s are all about change, okay? Whether good or bad, I mean, that's really up to us to decide, but change. So change is coming in for you, but I feel like, and you want it, you want it, and that's absolutely wonderful. But you have to do some of the work in order. First, you have to release some things first in order to receive the change that you want. Even if you're not sure what type of change it is you want, you still have to receive. You have to let go. You have to release what's no longer working for you anymore, okay? And you may find you gotta also release like an old belief, old deeply rooted beliefs. You may need to find you gotta release just a certain perspective you have on something. Release like old patterns even. Like, so take the time to do some releasing, okay? It will benefit you so much, all right? The next card we have here is from the Witch's Familiar deck. Seal, vulnerability. So another creature that lives in the ocean. The ocean is, and I didn't even mention this with the sea turtle. Didn't occur to me. It occurred to me with this one because it says vulnerability. So the ocean is water. Water is an emotional element, okay? And we are 70% water. So, and obviously there are times where our emotions can get to the best of us. And speaking of the ocean, so I always pull, just every morning, and I've done this for years. I don't even know why I really started it, but I always shuffle and pull a card for myself from the daily guidance from your angels deck. I just leave it right on my altar. But the card this morning that I pulled was the ocean. So you know what? Actually, I'm going to read it to you because you may need to hear it. So, the deep blue sea speaks to your soul, healing and soothing you. Even the act of imagining yourself dipping into its healing womb brings about desirable effects. Better yet, spend time physically near the ocean. Allow its power and beauty to wash away all cares and concerns. Okay, so some of you may need to actually hear that. But even that you've chosen the sea turtle, and we now have the seal, who They all play in the ocean. They all play in the water. You may need to actually be physically around an ocean right now, or just a body of water if you can. If you're unable to, drink a lot of water. Drink a lot of water. Okay, especially right now, especially when you want to. I don't know if you really want to, because doing like the deep emotional shadow work is not always for the faint of heart. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. But so as I say, drink the water, stay hydrated, because if you can allow physically your body to like move with the water, emotionally you can do the same. Okay, emotionally, mentally, you can do the same and allow yourself to relax and release whatever beliefs, patterns, whatnots that just doesn't work for you anymore. And with this vulnerability thing, I'm getting like, it's okay to be open. Being open to others does allow you, being vulnerable to others does open you up to getting hurt. And I mean, let's face it, no one wants to get hurt. But have you noticed though, that is literally the only time we grow. We only grow through the growing pains, right? When things are painful, when situations are painful. That's usually the only time we grow. And it's necessary. I hate to say like it's necessary, but to grow, it's pretty necessary. At least here on Earth, okay? This Earth is a school. And some of the lessons are nice and easy, which is great. Some of them not so much. And it's those ones that are not so much, that's where we actually do the most healing and growing. Okay, so be open. Allow your emotions to flow. Allow them to rise to the surface so that you can get them out and release them so they're not staying all pent up and causing other problems within you. Okay, oftentimes any physical symptoms we have an emotional root attached right to it. It's the source, generally. There's a great book, and I have it. It's by Louise Hay. It's called Heal Your Life. And in it, there's a huge section of like, she lists like different like physical ailments, like a whole list of them. There's at least like 100. And the emotional root cause. And then like she also lists affirmations that you could say like on the daily to help you release that emotional root. So that way your physical issues then go away and dissolve and go away. So consider that, okay? Just saying, it's just an option. If you feel like you're running out of options, there's an option for you. Okay, last card we have here is from the Fairy Forest deck. 34 or a 7, the Green Man. Initiative, fertilization, action. I like this. 34 or number 7. 7 is a very lucky number. So I absolutely love this. And the Green Man, I mean, just nature. I just get nature. I also, because it's green, very much tied to the heart chakra. Okay. So if you've been wanting to, how do I want to say? If you've been wanting better health, and if you've been wanting, we'll say like new love to come in, because that relates to the heart chakra, incorporate more green into your life. Wear more green, eat more greens. Just surround yourself more with the color green. It activates your heart center, allows you to be nice and open. And with this, it says the last word here was action. So I kind of look at that as like, maybe that's what you need to do. You need to just, once you open yourself up, you're going to find like life is going to happen for you very quickly. All right. And just positive movement forward. Like, yep, you're going 0 to 60. Here you go. Like, you just did some of that healing work. Beautiful. Let's go. I love that. Also, I get with this. So the Green Man, like I said a few minutes ago, all about nature. Get yourself outside right now. Get yourself outside right now. Ground yourself if you really need to. Literally, I mean, I know it's getting, well, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere, it's getting colder now, but you can still go outside for a few minutes, barefoot on the ground, also called earthing, but it's just connecting your body to the earth. Or if you don't want to do that, go and like hug or touch a tree. Trees are very grounding. They've got roots deeply rooted into the earth, right? So I kind of feel like this is just saying like, somehow get yourself out in nature, somehow incorporate nature into your life. And like I said, even eating more greens, right? You know, if you've got if you've planted some vegetables or whatnot, eat some of that, or, you know, go food shopping and buy some. To me, it's incorporating more of the earth into your life, okay? That will help to move things along for you and also help keep you grounded. When you're grounded, you're much more open to be able to deal with new experiences. Okay, let's pull from my chalice. I think I may have used this one, like, I don't know, several weeks ago. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. That's true. Because extraordinary is definitely more extra than just ordinary. I feel like, you know, this is going to be very specific to some of you. If there's like a project you're working on, and for whatever reason, maybe you're not too happy with it at the moment. Like, you just kind of like, I don't know if I really like this. Like, I don't know if this is coming out the way that I really want it to. Maybe take a step back, or maybe there's something that you've been thinking about adding to it or doing something a little differently. But like, you keep pushing that idea, you know, maybe you have that idea in the back of your head, but you kind of keep it there. You kind of like, no, I don't know if that's really going to work for me. I kind of feel like this is saying like, maybe stop pushing that idea. Maybe stop keeping that idea in the back of your mind. Maybe you need to actually incorporate that idea into your project. Maybe that is literally like the missing piece of the puzzle and will turn your project into a masterpiece, whatever that is. So I kind of feel like this message is kind of saying like, giving a little more than you normally would to a situation, to an experience, okay? And I want to say, though, there's a fine line to giving more of yourself to something than like pouring from an empty cup, okay? Because if you find something, whatever it is you're working on, or maybe it's a relationship you're dealing with, if you find something is draining you, then that is not the time for you to be pouring a little extra, okay? It is not. But if it's something that like genuinely brings you joy, like, it's okay to do a little more than you would, okay? Because it's just going to make it beautiful. I love that. Okay, the numbers on the back: 29, 6, 24, 53, 34, 40. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. I totally appreciate this. Please like, subscribe to my channel, share this with others, like and comment. I would love it. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.